Hello, we are Team WWE here with our Fastlane 2023 predictions. My name is Adam Pacitti and I am your Cultaholic WWE champion. This is the lovely Andrew Hodkinson and we're here, as I say, with Fastlane predictions. There's only 5 matches on the card. What's going on?
Vroom, vroom. It's going to fly by in our mum's car, Adam.
It certainly is. It feels, you know, we've got back-to-back B-show pay-per-views here.
Yeah.
But I think there's quite a lot to enjoy on this card. There's not a match on here that I'm not excited about watching, so that's good.
It is. They give us a lot to snack on in these B shows, I feel like. Even though they are the smaller shows, I think they nicely pack them in with a lot of the big stars, and we get some good stuff out of them, don't we?
Certainly do. Let's take a look at the predictions. First off, in 6-man tag action, we've got the Latino World Order taking on Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Who have you got and why?
I'm going to go for Big Bobba and his big lads to win this one because I feel like we need to solidify them as a really dominant faction within WWE, and I think getting a win over a legend like Rey Mysterio and I guess like a legendary faction, they're building it back up, aren't they? Yeah. It's like the LWO would be a really good thing for them to do, to really solidify themselves. I think at Fastlane as well, we might see the introduction of a new member into the team. Whether that's a female member or a male member, I think remains to be seen. But on the LWO side of things, we don't know if Cruz del Toro or Joaquin Wilde is going to be the third man in the match. Therefore, after the match, right, if Bobby and the Street Profits are putting the beat down on them, you've got someone who can run out there and be sort of the numbers favour for the LWO. However, that's when a new faction member could come out and you know, what's the word? Equal the teams.
Yeah, even the numbers.
Even the numbers, that's what I was looking for.
Jason Sensation. It's got to be, hasn't it?
It's got to be Jason Sensation. Who are you going to go for?
I'm also going for Big Bob's team. Part of me thinks that maybe Street Profits will let Bobby Lashley down again this time and they'll continue that stuff on TV.
Yeah.
With them having to impress Bobby Lashley. But I think it's more likely that Big Bob's team are just going to pick up the win here. They're not bothered about the LWO losing, that's fine, and you're totally right. They're a new faction, they don't have a name yet, and you need to solidify them as a proper force to be reckoned with, and the way to do it is by beating the LWO. Rey Mysterio should take the pin off the Street Profits, in fact. And then Bobby Lashley's like, yeah, you did it, you pinned little Ray.
I like
good
that.
Yeah,
that's a very good shot. I want to see that happen. Next up in a tag team match, we have John Cena and LA Knight, versus the Bloodlines, Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. Who are you going to go for, Adam, in this one?
I'm taking the baby faces here, John Cena and LA Knight, and I'm going to predict, doesn't count to any more points or anything, but I'm going to predict that LA Knight gets the pin on Jimmy Uso.
Yeah.
I think that's the way that it's going to play out. I think it's just going to be a really feel-good moment. It sort of feels, in some small way, sort of a bit like a house show, but with John Cena attached to it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's just being set up. It's good guys versus bad guys. Feel-good moment for the crowd. Lovely thing to watch at home. LA Knight and John Cena shake hands after the fact. I don't think there's going to be any shenanigans. I think it's just going to be a lovely, good old time for all. Who you got?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be the baby faces as well. I think this is a fantastic way to really get LA Knight over, even more so than he already is as well. If he gets the pin on Jimmy, this also then just causes more dissension within the bloodline, doesn't it? When Roman Reigns returns to SmackDown after Jimmy's been sort of trying to take over the helm as tribal chief too, doing all the like stealing the mic off Paul Heyman and everything like that. I think that's only going to get more heat on Jimmy Uso when Roman Reigns returns. So yeah, big babyface win for this one, and I'm really excited. I'm so happy that sort of LA Knight is getting the rub with John Cena.
It's massive,
it feels
isn't
nice,
it?
doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely. We've only got a few more weeks of John Cena after this, right?
Yes, we do.
Do you see there being an eventual singles match between the pair? Maybe even to, you know, they work well as a team. They've won that match, and then Cena is beaten by LA Knight to again fully solidify that sort of passing of the torch moment. That would be a really nice way for Cena. If this is sort of like maybe his swan song in WWE, like this little run that he's having here, maybe this is the way to do it. Really put someone over who looks to be one of the biggest faces of the company going forward. Yeah,
so
for
why
sure.
not?
And then he'll come back and he'll have the odd match here and there.
Yeah.
But if this is his last, I don't want to call call it a full-time run. He's only there for 2 months. But if this is his last little run like that, then I think LA Knight is a good use of Cena, isn't it?
Agreed.
Next up, it's a triple threat match for the WWE Women's Championship as champion Io Sky defends against Asuka and Charlotte Flair. Who have you got and why?
There's a lot to consider in this match, right?
A lot of moving parts.
A lot of moving parts in this. Bayley was the one that set this match up for Io. However, I think Bayley is a little bit miffed with the comments that Charlotte made last week on SmackDown, with Charlotte saying like, oh, Bayley, you've basically just become a sidekick and a stepping stone for the WWE Women's Champion, Io Sky, which is why I think, she set this match up maybe for Io to lose the title. However, I think Io's going to retain the title, and I think she's going to do so in a really tremendous fashion that showcases what she can do. Because she's won this title at SummerSlam, right? And there's been some good... We've seen the match, obviously, with Asuka recently on SmackDown. I really enjoyed that. That was a good showing for her. But we've not reached the full potential, the full capacity of what this title run could be and what Io Sky can do. So I think Io Sky is going to win in this one, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see Bayley turn on her partner here.
It's going to happen at some point. I don't think it's going to happen at this premium live event.
Ooh.
It's always a little bit more tricky, isn't it, when Charlotte's involved?
Yes, it is, yeah.
I think Asuka's there to take the pin.
Yeah.
I don't think Charlotte's getting pinned. I'd love Charlotte to get pinned. I think that'd be really, really good. I'm with you. I'm in the same boat as you in hoping that Io Sky's reign as champ is just getting started.
Yeah.
I hope they don't end it prematurely. That would be really, really disappointing. You're right. Bayley could turn here. She might turn at the next pay-per-view. I think it'll be the next one.
It could be Survivor Series. Oh no, well
Crown
that's the next
Jewel
big
as well.
one, isn't it? And Crown Jewel.
Whoa.
Sorry.
He's with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia here.
Whoa.
I think that they'll drag it out just a little bit more, but Io is going to retain here. Maybe Bayley tries to get involved, and it looks like she's going to mess it up for Io, but Io still manages to win. Something's going to happen there, isn't it?
Yes.
Just to further things along, but I do expect, I pray that Io Sky walks out as champion.
Good. Next up, the Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships are on the line. The champions, Finn Bálor and Damian Priest of the Judgment Day, go up against that lovely babyface team of Cody Rhodes and main event Jey Uso. Who are you going to go for, Adam?
So, before NXT this week, I was like, you know what, I think the baby faces might do this. I think they might take the gold off of the Judgment Day. However, now that Dominic Mysterio's got his NXT North American title back, I don't think that's the case. I think they're going to have the Judgment Day reigning with all the gold just for a little bit longer. I'm not quite sure how it's going to play out. I would expect Devlin to get involved. Madonna to get Madonna's going to get involved.
And she stabs someone in the eye. With those pointy cones.
All right. I think the Judgment Day are going to do it. I'm a little bit undecided on this one because it could still happen. They might. It's such a hot pairing, isn't it? Cody and Jey, they could have a lot of fun together, but I think the Judgment Day are going to hold on to the straps.
It's another one that I agree with you on as well. I think the Judgment Day are going to hold on to the straps. Obviously, there's the numbers advantage within the Judgment Day that obviously still protects, your Cody Rhodes and your main event Jey Uso if they don't sort of pick up the win in this one. But sort of with everything that Rhea's been saying, she's recently come back to Raw. She's kind of trying to get the family back together. We saw Dom pick up the North American Championship again on NXT this week, and I feel like we're going to continue with Judgment Day just being just reigning with the belts for a little bit longer, like you said as well, and feeling like everything is one whole cohesive unit. There's something might play into something else somewhere down the line. We'll get there. Okay. But I think having the Judgment Day sort of everything seems fine within the Judgment Day. Rhea's finally happy again, and that is potentially when we see Jade Cargill make an appearance and put maybe Rhea's championship reign in doubt.
Ooh, interesting. We've got a problem here, Andrew.
Yes.
We're 4 matches in on a 5-match card, and we have the same predictions.
We do.
So let's get on with the World Heavyweight title match.
Yes.
As Seth Rollins defends his World Heavyweight Championship in a last man standing match against Shinsuke Nakamura. Who have you got and why?
I have gone for finally to do the thing that we want him to do the most. Seth Rollins is going to retain
No! We've got the same!
Seth Rollins is going to retain the title.
What's going to happen here? I'm going to retain the title. Champions advantage.
I feel... And do you know what? Actually thinking about it just now, it feels very similar to the stuff with Finn Bálor, right? We thought Bálor was going to do it, and we were like, Bálor finally feels like the threat and the person that he needs to be to carry a World Heavyweight Championship and have a really decent run with it. And I feel like Nakamura is now there. We were talking last time, didn't we? On the last pay-per-view, I believe the Payback predictions, where we were like, Nakamura doesn't feel like it's there just yet. It doesn't feel like, but
which
now...
Which is daft to say, because Nakamura is so good.
Insane to say, but then recently...
I agree. They've picked it up, haven't they? They really have.
They've really... Some would say that they've gone on the fast lane.
Whoa. They should do it.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't think they will.
I think they keep Nakamura looking strong, though, because it takes, obviously, everything to put Seth Rollins down, and he's really giving it his all, but ultimately,
No, that's keeping Seth Rollins looking strong more than Nakamura. But that's important too. That's because he's been a fighting champion.
Yeah.
He's working hurt and everything. I just don't think Shinsuke's going to do it. It wouldn't surprise me, and I was gutting to say, I still feel this way. I don't think he'll ever get a world title on the main roster, and that's crap, because he's so good and he's really upped his game. I'm sort of hoping that this feud continues just a little bit longer, gets us to Crown Jewel, and then Nakamura's built up even more, Seth Rollins is even more knackered, his back is ruined, and then Nakamura is able to do it. And then Seth looks the bollocks because he's defended it so many times, and then Nakamura looks the bollocks because he is world champion finally. Will that happen? We'll see. I have no idea. So we've got the same predictions, which mean, go on.
Proposition. Because I think...
I do.
I did...
We've done it before.
I think something could play a huge factor in this. And as I said there, I think we keep Nakamura looking strong. I think we do that by Nakamura being the one to really put Seth down and he can barely get back up, and that leads to a Damian Priest cash-in.
Oh,
and I want to add...
isn't it?
If Damian Priest cashes in on this evening, I would like a point, please.
Okay.
Because I feel quite confident that this is going to happen.
You know what? I could walk away with that gold easily. Champion's advantage, right? We're going to tie the whole time. It doesn't matter what happens. But because I'm a proper babyface now, shake my hand. You can have a point if he cashes in.
Thank you.
I'll have a point if he doesn't cash in. But I think you might be right. So it all comes down to whether or not Damian Priest cashes in at the pay-per-view. It could be a really exciting one, this. I think they're going to do something special here. Just because it is a 5-match card at the moment. They might add one more on SmackDown. But I think there's going to be something big planned, and a cash-in might be it. It could be Cargill's debut, something could happen there.
It could be as well.
Who knows?
That's
they might do both. I am your Cultaholic WWE champion. This is the beautiful challenger, Andrew Hodkinson. Please do join us for live reactions on Saturday night. It would be great to see you there. You can set a reminder right now by going to youtube.com/cultaholic/live. And on top of that, we've got What Happened At, we got WTF, we've got all the fun of the fair. See you on Saturday. All down to one. It's not even a match. All down to the cash-in. See you in a bit.